Hey everybody, it's Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch. How you doing? Welcome back to my subscribers and welcome in to anybody new. Um, Again, as I have been in the last couple of months, late a time or two and did my Friday on Saturday. That is what I'm doing today. I guess I don't have an official Work or Whip Friday anymore since we're looking for a new name for my Fridays. There are two names that are in the lead, and you know what? I forgot to write them down before we got on here, so let me find them on my phone real quick. I did finish my mouse that I was making and helping a friend learn how to make. We put the ears and the tail on today. I had meant to do it yesterday, but yesterday ended up being not so good of a day. Right now, I've been getting what I call antibiotic sick for my medications, and I got switched from Augmentin because it didn't take away what was going on. Doxycycline, and doxycycline, whew, for those of you who have ever taken it, most people know doxycycline can be a terrible thing. Um, it can just be really harsh. It does its job, but as far as your system, it can be really harsh to your system. So I'm still not eating very much. And I think right now it's not as much because, sorry, I'm trying to get plastic away from the cat. It's not as much that I'm not getting hungry because I'm starting to get a little hungry. Still just a little. So I'm only eating little things when I do eat. And the low carb thing has been helping me well because I have these little tiny tortillas that I use when I eat something like a taco or something. Well, I've been making a mixture, and some people won't like the sound of this, but it's what I usually put like when I used to be able to eat bagels, um, cream cheese, and peanut butter. I'd mix it together. A lot of people are fine with that. But when I had Nutella, I would add a little bit of Nutella into it. So now I don't have any Nutella left. I'll take just a little bit of chocolate syrup and add it in because, as I've said before, I am a chocolate person. So if I can put a little bit of chocolate in something that I'm going to eat a few times and I can taste the chocolate out of every bite, I'm happy. So we're, you know, a regular size for is a tablespoon and I only use a teaspoon and I'm getting like normally it's what I put on my celery because I've started eating celery again and I'm loving it. I used to hate it because of the strings, but they don't bother me as much anymore. So my husband will get me a container of cut up celery, although that's been getting more expensive. So he'll get me a stalk sometimes. I can't eat a whole stalk by myself. So he tries to get a small portion from the produce section. And if he can get the cut up, he gets the cut up because it's just easier. I will take, I had gotten cream cheese, the whipped cream cheese, and I don't like the whipped cream cheese as well, but it was a decent price at Aldi's when we went one day. So I had gotten a container and I use that container now to mix up my concoction of cream cheese and peanut butter and chocolate. And then that's what I put on my my celery. So since I haven't had celery and I can't eat celery right now because it makes me really sick, I tried and I got really, really sick because I had had some celery left that needed to be eaten up. I ate it up and then I got really sick. And it wasn't bad or anything. I didn't do well with it at all. So I'm not quite ready to eat celery yet. So what I've been doing is taking the concoction because I have been craving chocolate. And that happens to me a lot when I get sick. I'll crave chocolate. I'll crave mashed potatoes. Um, I've been craving mac and cheese. And like my doctor says, you always crave carbohydrates because it's what your body can eat when you're sick and it doesn't make you get sicker. So that's usually when you crave carbohydrates the most is when you're sick. So I've been craving all those things. My husband did make mac and cheese one night, but he made it with a noodle that I could not eat, so I only ate a very little bit, but it helped my craving. Um, he's been trying to do what he can to get me to eat. He knows that I have been craving tacos. He made tacos, but I couldn't eat them. I tried to eat one and it just tasted so terrible. Did not taste like what I know it really tasted like. So I didn't even try anymore. Um, most of his meals he's making, I don't even try. He'll make that dessert that we eat that has the cottage cheese, Cool Whip, and fruit, and then whatever. If we use a Jello, a regular Jello, or Jello pudding, the dry part, and put it in there, mix it together. He's been making that for me. Tonight, I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I need to clean out the bowl that we had it in before, and I need to make a bowl myself, which that's going to probably put me on my butt after I'm done doing that. So I can have some to eat later tonight. I forgot about it being in there. Um, we were all out of the Cool Whip. We were all out of the cottage cheese. And then last week he bought, I think Cool Whip was still on sale. He bought like 4 or 5 containers of Cool Whip and then the store brand kind. And then he bought the store brand cottage cheese and he bought some more fruits and he bought some more Jello pudding and gelatin because it was on sale. And yeah, I'm going to have to make one of those tonight. I'm glad I thought about it. Because I didn't think about it a minute ago when I was sitting there going, what can I make? I really need to make something to eat besides this for after I'm done filming. And so I can go in, I can make it, put it in the fridge for a little bit and eat it. I don't like it until it's been completely cooled a little. Um, the stuff that's room temperature completely in there and cold. It just tastes better once all the ingredients have been whipped together and then cool together. I mean, I have eaten it right after I made it. It just doesn't taste as good. So I'll have to make that. But normally I've been taking my little round tortillas that only have like, I can't remember if it's somewhere between 1 and 5 carbs total. And then I'll put some of the spread on it and I'll roll it up. And I've been eating that. And of course, with my tooth that I think I talked about before, that either the filling came out or it is cracked. I have figured that out by when I worry my tongue around it. It is cracked. So I have to keep my tongue away from it because I don't want to crack it up higher. So I'm hoping that it was just from the filling and that we can put another filling in and that it's not going to be a root canal, considering that it doesn't really bother me unless something hits that tooth and unless I eat something extremely cold because I tried just a little bite of ice cream the other night because I still have some of the peppermint ice cream that my husband bought me way back when Christmas season started. I have enough for 1 or 2 more servings for myself because I only eat like maybe 2 tablespoons full. And it's enough to settle my stomach and it's enough to fill me up because my stomach is really tiny. I mean, literally physically tiny from all the surgeries and stuff that I've had. So it doesn't take much to fill me up at all. So then I'll eat that. So 1/2 gallon. So far out of this 1/2 gallon, I believe I've had 6 or 7 bowls from it already. Because yeah, I can go a little bit more on something like that, because you learn when you're little, you stir it up. Or if I let it set here for a while, I'll take a little bite and then I'll let it set so it starts to get soft, and then I end up mixing it together and eating the rest that way. So I may get 3 tablespoons instead of two, but I don't eat as much as most people when it comes to ice cream. My husband got a 1/2 gallon and it was gone within that week. Mine is still here over a month later. So, I mean, that goes to show you the difference. Anyway, that bothered my tooth. So, and I ate it on this side, not anywhere near my tooth up over here. So, it was that. Now, back onto the competition for naming my channel. Let me get it open to my channel. Kalua, will you please stop walking on my tummy? Of course I can't, Mom. You should know better than that. Okay. In first percent, in first place with 50% of the votes. See, that's how my brain works. I'll be thinking of saying that sentence, then I'll mix things together like first percent. Is Fantastic Feline Fiesta Friday. And I know that one was put in by Kathy. And then in second place with 33% of the vote is Furry Friend Friday. And I believe that was what I said in the video, and that Donna said she liked it. So I put it down as Donna's because she said, I like the Furry Friend Friday. Then next in third place is Furry Friends Fundraiser. And that was Lottie. Lottie put that one in here. And Lottie is enjoying the journey slash cancer, I think is the name of her channel. And Donna is Melfina's magic, cooking or crochet, cooking, etc. So, and then the other two on here didn't get anything, which was the Furry Paws fundraisers and Furry Friends and Family fundraising. Now, I could go and just take Fantastic Feline Fiesta Friends as the winner, but I said that I would take the two highest and have you guys vote again. So I will put the poll up tonight for you, for everybody to vote again. So please vote. It'll be between Fantastic Feline Fiesta Friday and Furry Friend Friday. And I will get that up after, probably while this is uploading. I have to also do everything I need to before a live so that I can start advertising for a live that I'm going to have on February 1st, since I've been starting to feel better, with Kim from Yarning for a Smile. Her and I had, I mean, I asked her way back around Christmas if she would like to do one with me. And we had planned on, January maybe. And then I got sick. So then we said February. So we went over dates the other day and she was like, yeah, the first sounded good for her. Cause I'm like, why not set off February with a bang? So now that especially that I'm on my steroids, I should be going up and up and up and feeling better. And hopefully I'm going to work really, really hard to get some stitch markers out. So please let me know. I will be posting them as soon as I get them. I will probably also post them on the community page. And if you want me to, I will try and show what I have in a video as well. I know I had told you guys before I would always make a video and show them first. I may not have time to do that. I may have to make them and put them up in the shop right away, 'cause I don't have much time for people to come in shop and then get them sent out to you guys. Which the nice thing about my shop, the way that it is right now, is as soon as I get somebody who orders, I can get it sent out like boom, or I can get it, take it, check the postage since you guys have to pay for postage, and then let you know the final, price. I know postage is going to be between $3 and $4. I've been doing it enough that I know that's where it's going to be. For a certain amount of stitch markers. I know that. I will try to make some Valentine keychains as well. So if somebody really, really wants a keychain, please say something in the comments here or message me on Facebook. You can go to my brain, the group, the stitch marker group, and you can message me from there. Or you can just find my name, which is Anjanette Pizon, and you can message me. If you're already a friend of mine, you can message me easily. You can friend me and send me a message to make sure that I see it. Or you can go and join AJ's Personal Touch, which the link is down below. And I now have a chat group that is going in there, and you can chat in the chat forum and say, hey, you need to talk to me. Or you can also find my name on there and you can private message me. message me, email me. You can send me an email. I wasn't thinking email. That is also listed below. And you can let me know, hey, I'm looking for a key ring. Can you please make one with what you have? I will look, and if I like it, I'll purchase it. If I don't, then I can put it in the shop. Or if you want to be more specific with me, and if I have what you want, I can make it as a custom order, however you would like. But right now, I'm not going to worry about making keychains as much. And if I do make them, they're going to be smaller because I was not able to find some larger charms for the keychains for Valentine's Day. The one that I have one with gnomes. It is gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. But if you're heavy-handed and if you take whatever is hanging from your keychain and you hold on to a lot and, like smash it up against your hands and hold your keychain from that a lot, it may not be for you. But if you're like me and you hold your keychains and whenever you're dealing with your keys and you hold your keys from your keys, it should be fine. I hold mine from my keys. I don't touch what is dangling from my keychain. Honestly, not intentionally. I don't always put my hand around that, and tug it or pull it. Now, if it's a zipper pull, yeah, I'm going to pull the cord that's in between, but I'm not going to pull the actual charm that's hanging from it. It just depends on how you personally do things. So when I was told before, oh, nothing flimsy on a keychain because then it'll break when people, go to touch it or hold it. I was like, why would they hold it there? Was my first thought, because I don't. But just because I don't doesn't mean that others do or others don't. So, yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I have more sturdier charms and things. And plus, if it would drop on the floor, or whatever, I think that the charm that I have would hold up to that. But I don't think it would hold up to if you tried to hold on to it with your hand. I think you could crunch it if you, crunched it too hard. Not the whole thing, but there's a certain part on it that's a little bit less. It's the decoration back behind the nose. So anyway, I think it is so cute though. It is a male gnome and a female gnome. So they're a couple and they're both holding hearts. And one is holding a heart that is like the cutout of the heart, and the other one's holding a solid heart. So I think it is cute. I think it's really precious. I have it in gold and I have it in silver. Now, enough about that because I'm never going to have a chance to go work on them if I'm just sitting here talking longer than I should be. I came on to show you the toy that got made for to get for Meow Mission, who I give them toys and they sell them at different events. I am going to make something for one of the other places that I looked into when we did the AKA um, live about fundraising for animals, but I need to find the name for that one and see what it is that I said that I would make because I don't remember what it is that I said. I may have said, whatever I can make. So, anyway, and that means something that they can auction. So, it could be a shawl, it could be, whatever. I may already have something made that I can give them. But here is the mouse that just got finished today because I was working with Kathy, who I am teaching how to do amigurumi or helping her with doing amigurumi. And we sewed the ears and the tail on today because this happened to be the directions for this. They tell you how to make everything, but they don't tell you where to sew them on or how to sew them on. So I was helping her with how I do it. I did get mine a little crooked, but as I told Kathy, no two people are alike, no two snowflakes are alike, no two animals are alike, unless they're born twins or, you know, identical twins or triplets. I mean, there are always exceptions, but most of the time, no two are alike. And so you're going to find little differences. So this one has one ear that is off, just off a little bit. This one over here, which You may not have even noticed until I pointed it out. But no biggie. And it's mainly off because the eyes are a tad bit off. And if I adjust them to where they really need to be, because I made these eyes, they're not, it looks a little bit better. But this one is still over just a little bit. It's funny though, because when I first put this one on, it was over almost touching this one. And then I sewed it over a little bit and I did just a little too far. But there you go. Don't have a name for him because I'm not keeping him. And I have to find something to start putting these in for my donations. I think I know I have an envelope over there from when somebody sent some to me. I can just add them to hers for now. And then I need to find maybe one of my Santa sacks. If it's not empty, maybe empty it out. Because I think that would be cute to deliver them their toys in a Santa sack. Unless they end up coming here to get them. Unless I give them to them with a Santa sack and tell them to bring it back to me so I can fill it back up. We will see. We'll see what I do. But right now, I'm going to need to find a place to put him. I got an order in today, so I'm also going to do a little unbagging with you guys. Now, normally I cut this, okay, it does have a strip. It's going to be a little loud for a second. From Herschner's. You remember I told you I'm going to have a me day where I make something for me, and there are certain things that I've been wanting to make for myself. There are certain things I cannot make for myself. Of course, I put that right over there and she goes for it. I wasn't even thinking. There are certain things I cannot make for myself right now because I am going to be having surgery. I mean, that's the plan for this year, is that I'm going to have surgery for skin removal. So I don't want to make summer tops and things like that right now because those I don't want to end up being too big for me, because then I know I'm not going to wear them. I already have two that had fit me perfect. For those of you who have been watching me, I have lost. Now, how much have I lost from the other day? I have lost 30 pounds. Yes, I have lost 30 pounds since the beginning of December. So that's like 10 pounds a month. And that's just from going low carb. I eat 50 to less carbs a day. I still eat well, except for when I'm sick. But actually, it's only been 2 months. I'm already counting February as a month. So that's like a pound, or that's like 15 pounds a month. Wow. Wow. And here I am. I was upset that I didn't lose a little bit more when I went into the doctor's office the other day. Wow. Okay. So they think that in my loose skin, I have 10 to 20 pounds there. And right now, even with losing weight, I would still have to wear a 2 to a 3X because of all the loose skin that I have down at the bottom. On the top, I can almost get away with a 2X and almost everything. But if I want a sweater to fit around me and be comfortable and keep me warm, I need to go up a size. If I want a top to be able to go down far enough, because I don't like short tops, I have to get them up a size more so that they cover over the skin. So, pants, I have to go up a size. But right now, I don't even really know what size I am since I've lost the 30 pounds. And I may be thinking wrong, and it may be more of a 2X on the bottom, and I can go between a 1 and a 2 on top, but I'm not positive on that. It's just that this is always so big. I always have to go up at least 1 to 2 sizes. But like one of the things that's happening is I had bought myself, not to get TMI, but I bought myself boxer underwear. not last year, but the year before when I had lost weight. And I had lost more weight than this. And I bought some. And maybe it's because of gaining weight and being at a higher size, so it's keeping them more stretched out. But they're falling off of me now. I need to get some more, but they're expensive. I just can't afford them right now. I'm I'm not even on a limited budget. I'm on just a tiny bit because it's my husband gives me money for bills, and it just so happens if I'm able to get rid of stuff, to have a little bit left over, then I have some money for myself. So, otherwise I don't have anything. But I'm not complaining. I'm not, saying, "Oh, please send me some." No, I'm not. I'm just saying how it is. So anyway, this month ended up being a good month for me because when I went to pay my bills, I didn't have to pay an Xfinity bill this month because I went down to streaming. And last month I had to pay a huge Xfinity bill because they tried to put the end of my regular service and the beginning of the new service all on one bill. And then when they went to charge me this month, it's like, oh, she's got a credit. I've never had that happen before. Even when I've gone down to a service that was smaller than the service before, I have never had a credit. Never. I didn't have to pay anything. So I had a little bit more money left over this month than I was expecting. And I had already told my husband, because as you guys know, as part of my goals again this year, like it was last year, I'm working out of my stash. There was a huge difference last year. I had a subscription to Knit Crate, which we all know since they're no longer, I no longer have a subscription. I had thought of replacing it by getting Mary Maxim, and I decided no. What I'm going to do is a little bit through the year. If I happen to have a good month, like this one was a good month, I may buy a little bit. But otherwise, the only thing I'm going to buy is if I don't have enough for a project that I want to do, or if somebody orders something and I don't have the right yarn, but they're going to end up paying for the yarn anyway. What I normally do, how I handle it, and I know a lot of people don't handle it this way, and it's fine. A lot of people ask for the full price up front. A lot of people don't even ask for it until they are done, and then they say the person can pay them. I'm in the middle. Because what I've seen happen to a lot of the people who do that, the second one, who don't have them pay them at all, they're like, oh, I don't like it. I don't want that. And so they don't get paid at all. And they have this item that they paid for how to, to make it, and they're stuck with it. And they got to find somebody else to buy it, or they can give it away as a gift. So there is this cardigan that I wanted. And as I told you in a previous video, I found the yarn I wanted. And I was so in love with it. And it was the linen color of the Premier Basics. In the Herschner's catalog, it looked like it was going to be a pretty champagne color, which is a little bit of a really, really light tan. Kind of like the champagne color when you're buying a wedding dress and it's champagne. Um, so it's not white, it's not off-white, but it's the color champagne. For if anybody knows the difference, that's the best way that I have to describe it. Or looking at beads, as I found out looking at the clear see-through beads, all the different colors, they do have a color that's called champagne. They don't call it tan, they call it like champagne, and it's lighter than tan. Um, yeah, that was almost the color because I found it like 2 days ago and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's that color. It's haunting me now. Anyway, it turns out that the true color of their linen basics DX is an off-white color. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? And my husband was like, what? You're placing an order? I thought you weren't going to place any yarn orders. And I told him, I said, yeah, I said I wasn't going to place any, but. And I had told him I was going to make this cardigan. And that was the only purchase that I was allowing myself, except for the other exceptions that I told you. Oh, honey, that hurt, Mama. She's been running and jumping on me, knowing that it hurts me just to get my attention. So I got to thinking about it. I said, what do I have on my stash? Because I knew I don't keep a lot of size 5 in my stash. And what I have found is I either have size 4 or 6. I don't have a lot of size 5. But even at that size 6, I still don't have enough size 6 to do like a full sweater or cardigan. And it's really funny to me. I mean, I understand it when I sit down and think about it that a sweater takes more yarn than most cardigans do. And cardigans are longer. I would think that they would be either equal or that a sweater would take less. Because that little bit to do that full front, it's just a little bit because a cardigan has to go together. So I don't, I'm a little confuzzled by that, honestly. And plus, you've got to put, most people put like a band that goes around the bottom and the neck and the opening of a cardigan. So, yeah. Anyway, the same designer who made this cardigan that I want to make made a sweater that I actually won the PDF to. And the sweater takes much more than the cardigan does. And again, I don't really want to make a full sweater right now because I don't know what size I'm going to be. Even though I don't mind an oversized sweater, and this one is made to be oversized. I really want to find my size and then go up a size. So I don't want to like make the size that would fit me now and then say, okay, however bigger it is, that'll be fine. If I can save yarn because I've lost, save some money on yarn because I've lost some weight, that would be great. So when I thought about what I had, I was gifted by a friend some Scarfie yarn. I was looking for this color of Scarfie and I couldn't find it. It had been discontinued. I had promised myself last year when I saw this yarn, when they came out with it in the spring, that I was going to get it sometime during the year. Hopefully they'd put it on sale. They did a few times. I didn't have the money. That somehow, some way, by the end of the year, I was going to get some for myself. When I went to get it, when I had the money, nobody had it. Herschner's didn't have it. Lion Brand didn't have it because they had discontinued the color. And I was like, oh no. And I was in my chat room. And this is another good thing that this chat room does for people because I'm not the only person this has happened to. I'm in there. I'm talking about the color that I love and that I would really, really like to have. I would love to find it. I was going to go to the stash group that I belong to and tell them what I was looking for. And somebody said, wait a minute, I have some of that. I used it for something and I have 3 left. Would you like them? And I was like, sure, but maybe we can trade or something because you know me, I have a hard time just getting from somebody. I mean, I'm getting used to it because I get Happy Mail and stuff, and I've gotten some Happy Mail and stuff. Most of it comes from my friends, and sometimes it is an exchange, so they've gotten some from me. Sometimes it's completely out of the blue, and I don't know what's coming. This particular person sent me a Christmas gift, actually a birthday/Christmas gift. Now, I did not open it on here because it was personal between her and I. So, but I know she wouldn't mind me saying this. The one thing she gave me was that scarfy colorway that I wanted so much, those 3 balls. She, there were a couple things along the way that, as we all talked, that I had said that, oh, that's something that I'd really like, or, oh, this, or oh, that. And so there were a couple things that she sent me that she had said, I have this, I was going to, because she loves my stitch markers, if she wanted me to, I'll trade stitch markers for it or whatever. And she was always like, no, I'm going to pay for my stitch markers, this, that. So she surprised me and sent them to me. as part of my birthday / Christmas gift. Now, she did have certain yarn in there that was specific for my birthday, so it wasn't a here's a happy birthday, Merry Christmas gift, as that just came out as. It was, she did have birthday separated from Christmas. And it's just, I can't remember all, I know the one thing that was my birthday, but the rest, I've gotten kind of messed up in my head of what I believe it was part of the Christmas, because my birthday was really just one skein, but I think it was also maybe she sent me some protein bars too, so those may have been part of my birthday. I can't remember because I know it wasn't just that one skein. I know there was more to it. So anyway, long story short, let's keep moving on. My husband had said, "Can't you use something that's in your stash?" So I looked at how much more I would need, and I happened to be talking to this person, and she said, I was just on Herschner's, and they have that colorway again. Because I had talked of making this cardigan in that color. And I was like, really? And she said, yes. So I went in and looked, and sure enough, they had the colorway and they had the yarn at a decent sale price. So I said, okay, I'm making my cardigan in there. So that's what this order is from. But there's more in this order than just the 2 skeins, because the one thing that I do not like about Herschner's, I do understand it because they're just one factory, even though a lot of people buy from them. And I have been buying from Herschner's since I was in high school. So Herschner's is the first catalog of yarn I ever got through the mail. Maybe that was college. It may have been college. But it's the first ever catalog I ever got in the mail. And I was ordering from them before everybody started getting computers. So it would have had to have been high school or college. Now, because we used word processors in college. So they didn't have a website to go on and order. So I phoned in my orders from them when I first made orders with them. And you can still do that today. So, anyway, what I don't like about them is their huge shipping fees. Because, and I'm going to pull out the yarn that I ordered for it's Scarfy. It is the colorway Mustard Ice Pink. If you look in here, you can see on some of the strands that it is mustard twisted with an ice pink. And I don't think you actually see the ice pink a lot on its own. It's just a very subtle ice pink, and you can see it better in this white part, but you can't see it very well because even I, looking at it on straight like this, can't see it as well. But as soon as the sun hits it the right way, now, here, when I do this, I can see it better against my skin. Or, here, let me try putting it, oh, that's the label side, can't do that. Putting it up against this bag, you can see that there's a pink hue to that. See that? Yeah, I can see that. I'm sure you can see that up against the bag. I just fell in love with this yarn. And like I said, I just had to have it because you guys know yellow is my favorite color. Just so happened that I needed 4.2 point something or other, something like that. So I had to get 2. Actually, for sure, exactly what I needed. Because I know the exact yardage that I need to make this sweater. need 1,250 divided by, which I didn't get into all these statistics with you guys yet. There is, I don't have my glasses on, which I should have, 312 yards. So I actually need, it's even lower than that. I need 4.00641026. So, I had one person saying, all you really need is 4. But I know well enough, when you're changing skeins and you got to leave that tail, sometimes I leave a tail that's a little bit longer. I knew I was going to need more. So I'm going to have some scraps left over. I donate stuff. I might actually be able to make, because I'm going to have almost a whole skein left. I can make a matching scarf to go with it if I want to. Because knowing me, I'm going to use it in place of a coat until I can get away with it, until I have to wear a coat. So I can make a matching scarf, a matching towel. I'm not really a hat person. I can make a matching headband. I can make matching stuff. And then when I'm down to where I don't have any more left, I can make cat toys with it. So there you go. So this is, for anybody who's never used Scarpie, I know a lot of people have. I've never used it before, so I never knew the stats on all of it. It's 5.3 ounce skein. It's 150 grams, 312 yards per 285 meters. It's a size 5, 78% acrylic, 22% wool. And I would have told you it was 100% acrylic. So there you go. And even though my friend told me the other day, there is wool in it. And I'm making a sweater that's supposed to be more of like a springtime sweater. She was like, well, you may have to use it more like a winter time. But as I reminded her, and for those of you who do not know this, I learned this with flannel sheets. Flannel is meant to keep you warmer in the winter, and that's what everybody knows. But they don't realize if you leave it on your bed and you wear flannel in the summer, it keeps the coolness in as well. So it basically keeps in what it is that you want. In the summer, it keeps the coolness in, and then in the winter, it keeps the heat in. So I'm hoping that the sweater does the same thing. If not, then I'll have to wear it as more of a winter, as a fall winter. I mean, it's mustard yellow, so that's more of fall really anyway. I wanted it to be made in a really, really light color, so that's where this comes in too. So it's going to be both. I've seen it done in both. It's gorgeous. If I end up having to wear it for winter, then I guess I do. But I think it's going to work out fine. I mean, it's a springtime sweater made out of chunky yarn. I mean, even with acrylic, it's going to be warm. So, and it does have cuffs in that. But where it'll be different is it has a cutout design in the back. So, and that's why we love it. My friend and I are both going to make it. And she's actually going to share my Selfish Saturdays, which is what I think I'm going to call Saturdays, and make it with me during the times that I'm making it, so that we kind of begin and end around the same time instead of her being able to work on it anytime she wants and then finishing, and I still have the whole rest of my sweater. So that's really nice of her to do that for me. I have a feeling that her and I are going to be making quite a few things together. But of course, if somebody else wants to join us at some point in time, I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem. This first project, that was just for her and I. She's been watching those of us who test work together and how fun it is. But she's not the type of person to be a tester because she doesn't like to have deadlines. So she likes to be able to crochet when she can, when she wants to, and when it's done, it's done. And most of the stuff that she creates is either for her granddaughters or herself, or, so she has that time and she doesn't have to worry. So she says that's why she doesn't crochet to work. And I know a lot of people are that way. Um, Me, I don't mind deadlines. I have to be better at giving myself enough time to make sure I finish it and not have to be up all night finishing it. I've been doing pretty well with that though. I don't really have time in my schedule this year to do like a sample crochet, but if Mace of Skeins wants me to do another one, I will find time in my schedule to be able to make that work. Just saying, I will find time. And she normally gives us more time than that is needed, as we found out from the last one that I did, and I showed you guys my working on it because I had to end up taking out over half of it and then getting it all done in like, I believe I had only like 2.5 weeks to get it finished in. So I still got it done. So she gives plenty of time. My thing is, I'll have to make sure that if I decide to do one for her, it may replace whatever is going on my Selfish Saturday, and I work on it then because it is something that's being made that will be for a gain for myself because I gain her yarn, which is gorgeous. Um, and I gain the experience making whatever it is. So the last time that she needed samples after, which was after the time that I made that one, all she wanted was knitted samples. So I'm waiting for her to want another crochet one, and hopefully, I know she likes to try to use other people. So it may be a while before she would pick me again anyway. So we'll see. She is my exception. I always have an exception on almost everything. So when I ordered this and talking about the um the postage, I would have had to pay, what was it? The first time I looked at buying something, I was only ordering a skein or two, and it would have been $9.99. But with this, because of the price, it was $14.99. The one thing about Herschner's, if you do not know it, is when it goes to their figuring out how much postage is, it has to do with the price and not with the weight. So, in essence, they're overcharging a lot of people for postage because if they only go by price, and then, like in my instance, the person is getting like 2 skeins of yarn, and then when it gets weighed and that for the post office, they'll actually be getting, I mean, they're actually going to send it for like maybe the $9.99 that it was on, the other one because it doesn't weigh that much. Some people are actually paying a little bit more than they should be for postage, and I don't like that. I always think that it should be done by weight and not by price. But I understand sometimes when it comes to a website and that you can't quite set it up that way. So they were also having a deal. I had gotten a catalog in the mail and it came late. So on the front of the catalog, it said that it was if you spent $35, you got free shipping. I waited to put my order in so that I could talk to somebody at customer service because it was last weekend, because that had actually ended. The expiration date was the 16th. I did not get my catalog until like the 19th. The old Herschners, as I'll call it, customer service used to grant that even if you got the um the flyer late. Well, I guess they now say that when they send their flyers out, it can take from this time to this time, and that time overlaps when it's over with. So it may be late and you just are out of luck. But they happen to have another one that was only for people getting the catalogs because it wasn't on their site anywhere. A friend of mine and I got our catalogs on the same day. We were looking through them together, and she was like, "Why is your cover different than mine?" Because we were on video chat. And I was like, I don't know. So we just thought it was because we lived in different places. Well, then I saw that sale and it was expired. And she looked at hers. They have a sale going on for if you spend $35, you get um, regular ground shipping for $4.99. So when I called, they're like, the best we can do for you is ground shipping for $4.99 with the $35, not free. So I was not happy because I was still going to have to pay another five. But I'd rather pay the other five than have to pay the $14.99 that I was looking at for just buying two skeins. And it actually went up. I can't remember. I think it was $17.99 when I added a couple other things that I really wanted to try and thought while I'm putting an order in, I should go ahead and try it. And then when I decided, oh, when I saw the free shipping, and at first I didn't realize, the expiration date and that, and I found $35 worth of stuff. And let me tell you, this is where honey comes in. For those of you who haven't used honey, even before my friend had given me the code for the $4.99, it was up on my honey. It was just there was a night that my honey was freaking out and wasn't giving me the best coupon, which was that one, and it wouldn't bring it back down, and I couldn't see what the whole code was. So she gave it to me, but honey has the code in there, and it's working fine again now. The other day when I went to use it, it pulled up the code fine. I don't know what was wrong with it the night before. I think it's just I was having issues with my computer itself, so I think maybe it was interfering with the honey doing what it was supposed to. So anyway, they have new cotton. I wanted to try the new cotton. I'm sure you guys have heard of it by now. I hadn't heard of it. I've been sick, so I haven't been watching anything. I haven't seen new cotton stuff. I haven't seen God's new product things. So I hadn't heard of it. I wanted to try it. So I bought two to use for dish towels for my best friend, and then I bought two to use for some stuff that I want to make for myself. At some point in time, we're supposed to redo not only the bathroom, but our kitchen. So I want to make some kitchen towels and things for when that happens. So I got it to use sometime this year after the cardigan is made on a selfish Saturday. So I got, it's called Herschner's Cottage Cotton. It's a size 4. It's 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. So it is a blend. So you don't want to use this for hot pads. You can use it for like mug rugs and stuff to protect your furniture because even if you're drinking coffee or hot tea, the heat that comes through your ceramic mugs should not be hot enough to melt this since it does have acrylic in it. It should be fine. You can use it in the kitchen for dish towels because it has 60% cotton. It will still soak up quite a bit of water. So it'll still work good for that. Um, it'll still, what else am I thinking of for the kitchen that it'll work good for? Like I said, not for hot pads. Probably not for a pot holder that you're going to be taking things out of the oven with. Like the little pot holders that you put on the handle of like your pots, depending on what kind of handle that pot has. If it is all stainless steel and the pot handle is made out of stainless steel and doesn't have any other kind of covering, isn't made out of wood, isn't made out of plastic or anything else, it's completely all stainless steel, you may not want to use it for that. If it's one of the cheaper like pots that has the long metal handle that comes out, we've had a lot of them in my lifetime. I'm guessing that some of you have to know what I'm talking about. I'm sure there's some people in here who have only had top of the line, so you may not know what I'm talking about. But when the handle comes out and it's all metal and the way they make it so that it's okay in your hand is they like bend it up so it looks like it's long and it's like that and it's bent up. Probably wouldn't want to put it on one of those because those pull out a lot of heat as well. But you could probably put it on one that has a plastic handle or one that has like a Teflon coating or a silicone coating over the handle already, but it still gets a little warm. You could put it over on one of those. And what I was just thinking when I was thinking of pans and things like that, you could use this for pan separators. A lot of people like to make those and put them between their pans so then their pans don't cling together and scratch the Teflon coating or whatever between, or just scratch the inside of their pan in general. You could use them for like dish cushions to put in between your dishes. And another thing that it might be good for, depending on what kind of dish you use, is when you microwave something. Because yes, dishes will come out hot from the microwave, but they're not usually like extremely hot. You know, they're not as hot as what's inside of the dish. So for people who make cozies, they'd be good for ice cream cozies, because those are cold. So these would be good to put around an ice cream cozy. But I think they'd be okay to put around like a bowl cozy too, um, for if you use a hot bowl. Because in case you didn't know this, you are not supposed to put those cozies in the microwave. So, I know a designer had made one once and put microwave safe on it because she thought they were. And then she was notified by the yarn maker that you don't ever want to put that on there for something that you make from yarn because there may be some types of metal, even if, you know, it's 100% cotton or whatever, and this is mixed with plastic, there may be some kind of metal in your cotton throughout the process. And so when you put it in the microwave, it'll make it spark. So, yeah, you don't want to do that. I don't know why that is. I'm just saying that's what she was told, not to put that it was microwave safe and to tell her people not to use it in the microwave. So she has never again, I don't know if 100% cotton, if it was the acrylic because she made hers out of acrylic. I don't know exactly why, but this is a combination. So do not put it in the microwave. But if you have it sitting there next to the microwave for when it comes out to put the dish in it to hold it so that it will soak up the warmth and you can still hold it and it won't hurt your hands, I would think it would be okay. I don't think you're going to get something that is overly hot that will melt the plastic that is in here in the acrylic because it is blended with cotton. I think you'll be safe, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's why the word think is there because I have not tried it like that. So I don't know. Until I try it, I won't know. So to be 100% safe, dish towels, the ice cream cozies, the things to put in between your pans, in between your plates, in the when you stack them in the cupboard, things like that. This will be great for to make a rug for the floor. This would be good for um, to make some kind of amigurumi dowel to put in there that may hold your utensils. It would be good for that. I've seen those. That's why it's been a long time since I've seen one, but I've seen those. To make a basket or something just to put things in. This would be good. So, because cotton is always good for baskets and things, and I think this would be, with the right stitch, would be sturdy enough. It is softer than most kitchen cottons because it has that acrylic blend. So, let's get back to the specs. Um, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 207 yards for 190 meters. Uh, a size H hook for crocheters, a size 7 needles for knitters. Machine wash and dry, made in China. Now I forgot on here, this takes, if I can read it. Wow, I can't, okay, I'm looking at the wrong place. A size K, okay, a size K crochet hook or a size 9 knitting needle. And machine wash cool, lay flat to dry. Yeah, you don't want too hot because of the wool that's in here. Now, I got this in, this color is Sunshower. And the color I got to go along with this, oops, going along with the yellow and pink together theme, I got, this is Peony if I remember right. Nope, Posy. This color is Posy. And I got the yellow and the pink to go together for either a border, to make some kind of picture in there or something. I like the yellow and the pink together for how I'm making my sweater, so I just did it with this. The other colors, they had an oyster color that would have looked good. They had a blue color that would have looked good with the yellow. Yeah, I just went with the pink. That's what I was feeling, so that's what I went. I may make two different things, but I have a feeling I'm going to do something with the flower, and like one I'll put the flower in pink and put the yellow around it, and then the other one I may put the flower in yellow and put, I don't know, because I don't know that what I'm making with it. Or I may use them to make, oh yeah, I wasn't thinking about that because I am going to do, I wanted to get into that after this, and I'm getting long on, ooh, I'm over an hour. Wow, I'm really long. I want to do some cows. I'll have to come back and do another video because I want to start next week on my first cow. I want to do some short crochet alongs. The first one is for Valentine's Day, which is why I'll have to come back and shoot that. And then the second one um, will be a market bag. I've got two different market bags I want to do. One's going to be specifically just for produce. The other one can be used for produce or general groceries. And the first one I know for sure what I want to do, the one that's just produce. Already know. Love the bag. The other one, I have like 3 or 4. I haven't decided. So I might do a poll to see which one you guys like, unless I happen to find one that just says this one, and that is it. Otherwise, I'll do a poll. And then the other thing I wanted to do a cal on is an amigurumi. That is great for beginners because it's uh, it is a teddy bear size. So it's larger than most amigurumis are. So, although people don't realize that teddy bears are technically amigurumi. So the other two of these that I got, um, this one is French lilac, and this one is wisteria. I got those to go together for my best friend who I'm making some kitchen stuff for her. Now, if I really like them, I may buy some more, depending on how many kitchen towels I get out of here. I may only get one, but I might get two because I might be able to get one out of each one, and then hopefully have enough left over for a border. Because again, this has how much in it? This has 207 yards. So I might be able to get the one out of there. I can't remember when I made my daughter's towels how much yardage I used, but I also used a small. I got so tired of making her kitchen towels because it was not that enjoyable for me because it used like the same stitch through the whole entire thing. I like to find things that is like a stitch sampler type thing or whatever if I can, or a stitch I've never done before. So it'll still be enjoyable. through a whole towel. Otherwise, I get very bored very quickly. Now, with those, I was almost at $35. I needed like $1.98 more. And they were having a sale with yarn that was $1 sale. So I got these to try. This is Village Yarn Tradition. And I remember Bag a Day showing these, and she said it was a nice yarn, and to her that it was almost, felt like Super Saver. I'm gonna say, to me, this feels more like and I always forget the name of it. Joanne's um like Super Saver yarn. I'm not gonna think, like I said, I can't think of the name of it. I use it all the time, which is what makes it funny that I always forget the name of it. But it reminds me of that, actually. Big Twist. I see a label in my bag since I'm saving labels this year. They're Big Twist yarn. Um, it feels more like that to me. It doesn't feel as rough to me as Super Saver does. Super Saver feels pretty rough to me. It's not the soft. This isn't the softest yarn, but it's not the roughest. Now, originally, when I got my order together, there was this red. It looked more like a burgundy red than red, but the name was just red. And I had a skein of that and a skein of this, which is tan, just plain tan. And I was like, great, because I don't have a lot of red and I don't have really tan for making amigurumis for faces and hands and legs and whatever. I would love to get 1 to 2 skeins of all the different hues of Lion Brand's skeins yarn, skin tone yarn, or skein tone, I think that's the name of it. I would love to, so that I have all the different tones and I can make something with all different skin tones. But for right now, I have this and I have pink. But I didn't really have anything for that. So I figured it was $1. So I got this. Village Yarn Traditions tan. It's a number 4. It's 100% acrylic. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 218 yards for 200 meters. Crochet takes a size H hook. Knit takes a size 8 to 9 needle. And I got 2 of them. Since I couldn't get a red in this, I got both in this. Because that all they had besides that was black and white and pink. And I have plenty of pink and I have black and white. So now, real briefly, Cal starting next week. It's either going to be Tuesday or Thursday. I'm thinking Tuesday. And the way it's going to work is I'm going to have a video drop talking about the pattern on Tuesday. The first day, it'll only be talking about the pattern, where you can get the pattern, all of that. Or I may show it to you before Tuesday, and I don't know what I'll talk about on Tuesday, but I want to drop a video. And after I start working on it, I will show you what I have done for it. Unless I start working on it, I may start working on the first piece before then. But I want to work on it with you guys. And that's where the second part comes in. You've got the video that'll show you how far I've gotten while working with you guys. So the very first one, like I said, I may just start on it so you can see part of the first piece. And then when we're all working together, I may work on it a little bit more and then pick up something else to work on so that I end around the same time as at least 1 or 2 other people in the group. But then after the video goes up and we have picked, as of right now, unless enough people comment, I need to know when is a good time for you guys to do a video chat with us. And again, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. The main things you need to do is you need to join my group in Facebook. Now, if you want to be a part of a Cal and you're not with Facebook, let me know, because I have Zoom and we can all meet on Zoom. So let me know, please. So I know whether to set it up on Facebook or Zoom. I can't set it up on both at the same time. It has to be one or the other. So if you need Zoom, let me know and I will just set it all up from the beginning on Zoom. And anybody who doesn't have it will have to download it and I'll get a room and I will, send out the link to everybody. But I need to know. Um, my first video I want to put out with the directions. I'll make sure I give you my email address. I need everybody who wants to be a part of this to email me so that I can make a list of all the emails and then I can just copy and paste when I need to send something out to all of you. So I need everybody, whether you're my friends and you've told me you want to be a part of this already, I need everybody to send me an email saying, yes, I want to be a part of this. So the first one is going to be a heart for Valentine's Day, which is why I need to get it started next week. I think it should only take 2 times for us to be done, but I'm going to give us 2 weeks, each Tuesday and Thursday. As of right now, the time is going to be, I need to make sure I've got it sitting right over here. I believe it's 5 Eastern time because somebody who wants to be a part of it told me what time was good for her and everybody else said, yeah, that sounds great. 4 Central Standard Time is the time I have set right now for Tuesdays and Thursdays. But tell me what time is good for you. If enough people tell me what time is good for them, and if 4 o'clock Central Standard Time is not good, especially for this first one, because she's not planning on doing this first Cal, she's just planning on maybe sitting with us and chatting and working on her own thing, because she's already got another Cal in progress. And that's another reason I want to broach that really quick, and I'll broach it again in when I do my shorter video. I'm doing these short cals so that if you guys are doing a long cal, because that's what I'm getting. I'm like, oh, I'm doing this cal. It's so long. It's going to take me forever. If you're doing a long cal and you need to take a breather, that's why I decided to do a short cal. So that for those people who aren't doing cals at all and maybe want to do a short cal, who don't want to do a long cal, have a short cal. For those people who are doing a long cal and need a breather time, they can take a break, work on the small cal, and then get back to their long cal. So that's my reasoning behind this. I've done a long cal, and I know I never finished it with the person because I just couldn't handle it. So that's why I wanted a short one. With that, I'm going to go. As you can tell, I've started taking steroids today because I'm already feeling them kick in. I would not have been able to sit here for an hour this morning. So please remember, you matter. You all matter. I love you all. Please remember, you are gorgeous. You're beautiful. You're handsome. And again, I love you. I gotta go. I'm well over an hour. I haven't done over an hour in months. So love you so much. Talk to you later.